So you've got a bunch of flower coasters and now you just want to put them together to create a bouquet in a flower pot. So yeah, stick around because I'm going to show you how to create this easy peasy lemon squeezy flower pot. Hello everyone and welcome to Amparo Wonderland. If you are here, that means you have watched the first part of this series, which is how I show you my flower coasters that create a flower bouquet. So without further ado, let's get yarning. So for our materials, what we'll need is a nice pair of sharp scissors. We need our crochet hook, same size as the flower coaster. We need our darning needle, our best friend here, stitch marker, and as for the colors of yarn, you can use whatever color you want, but for this purpose of the video, I am using this off-white color, which is the same color I used for the base of my coaster. Okay, so now that we got our materials, let's go ahead and get to crocheting. And we're gonna start off with the base color that I used for the coaster. I'm using it for my flower pot, but again, this is very customizable, so you can use whatever colors you want. I'm gonna go ahead and start my round counter over, so go ahead back to round 1. And what we're going to do is we are working in rounds again, so do a magic ring to start off your round. So round 1, we've got our magic ring. And we're going to do 6 single crochet into the magic ring. Let me show you how to create them, just in case you don't know. You're just gonna go right into your magic ring. You're going to yarn over, you pull up that loop, you yarn over, and then pull through both loops there, okay? Again, make sure you mark up your stitch before you move on. We're going to create another single crochet in the magic ring. So you yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. Definitely a lot quicker and shorter than the double crochet, but this is also considered a basic stitch. So if you did not know, now you know. We're gonna do that 6 times, so we have 2 of them. Let me zoom in here a little bit closer. To create the single crochet, you go into your magic ring, you yarn over and pull up that loop. You got 2 loops on your hook. You yarn over and then pull through those 2 loops, okay? So go ahead and do that 3 more times. We've got 3 in here so far. And so let's do that really quick. Perfect. We've got our 6 single crochet here. What we're going to do now is that we're going to close our magic ring. So don't forget, do not touch the one that's attached to your yarn ball. You're going to touch the shorter one. You're going to grab it and just pull it so that way you can close your magic ring. Pull it as tight as you can to shut that magic ring as best as you can. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to go into this first single crochet from your round, and we're going to create a slip stitch, and that's going to end our round 1. So go ahead into that single crochet and slip stitch. Dun, dun, dun. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to do an increase into that same stitch where we just went into for that slip stitch, and just do 2 single crochets instead of the double crochet. So a single crochet increase, just a regular single crochet. But make sure that you mark up that first single crochet that you make, so that way you don't get confused. Okay, perfect. Now go ahead and do another single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so now we've got an increase of single crochet. We're gonna create another increase in the next stitch here. So do a regular single crochet and then do another single crochet into that same stitch. So now we've got 4. Okay, continue that pattern of creating your increase into each stitch, and at the end of the round you should have 12 single crochet in total. Okay, so once you get 12 single crochet, come back and I'll show you how we're going to put it together. Okay, so now that we have our 12 stitches or 12 single crochet, we're gonna finish this round by slipping stitch into the first single crochet stitch that you made from the round. This is the exact same pattern that we did for the coaster, so it shouldn't be anything new for you. So go ahead and create that slip stitch. It's a little bit on the tight side, but that is completely fine. So there you go. So we have our round 2 here. Forgot to put that on the counter. My bad. So now we're gonna go over to round 3. Let's do this correctly this time. What we're going to do is that we're gonna go into that same stitch again. And we're going to do a single crochet. Just do a regular single crochet. Just like that. And make sure you mark up that single crochet. The slip stitch doesn't count as a stitch. It's just to keep everything aligned together. Now that we did our single crochet, we're gonna move on to the next stitch here and we're gonna create an increase. So do 2 single crochet into that 1 stitch. Now that we did that, we're gonna follow the pattern again. We do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch. And then we continue. We go all the way around the same pattern, 1 single crochet, and then an increase. So at the end of your round for this one, you should have 18 single crochet in total, okay? So go ahead and pause the video and I'll see you at the end. Here we are. So we finished our round 3 over here, but to really finalize this round, we gotta do the final slip stitch in this first single crochet here. Like I said, it's just like the pattern that we did for the coaster part. So, slip stitch. Okay, so now we are in round 4 here. And for round 4, what we're going to do is that we're going to start by doing a single crochet in that same stitch where we just did the slip stitch. Let me zoom in here so you can see better. But slip stitch over here, right, we're gonna do a single crochet. So you insert your hook, you yarn over, you pull up your loop, you yarn over and pull through both loops. And then you're gonna want to mark up this first single crochet stitch that you just made, so that way you keep track of your round, your beginning. Now for the next stitch here, we're gonna do an increase. So it's a regular increase of 2 single crochets in that same stitch. Just like that. And then the next one, we're gonna do 1 single crochet. Now, what we're going to do in the next step is that we're going to repeat that same pattern. So we do 1 single crochet, increase in the next stitch, and then a single crochet. Like that. And repeat again over and over all the way around, and you're repeating that pattern 6 times in that round. So at the end, you should have 24 stitches in total. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video and repeat that pattern of doing 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, all the way around. Okay? I'll see you there. Perfect. So now we're at the end of our round here. We're going to go ahead and create that slip stitch in that first single crochet of the round. Just like that. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and do round 5. In round 5, what we're going to do is that we are going to do a single crochet in this first stitch where the slip stitch you just created. Go ahead and create your single crochet and mark up that stitch, so that way when you go around, you know that's your first crochet, your first single crochet. Now create a single crochet in the next 2 stitches, just like that. And then in the next one, what we're going to do is that we're going to do an increase. So that means 2 single crochet in that 1 stitch. Perfect. So now we repeat that pattern. We do 1 single crochet in the first 3, and then an increase. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and this is my 3rd single crochet. And then in the next stitch, we do the increase. So it's 2 single crochet in that 1 stitch. Perfect. So go ahead and repeat that pattern of 1 single crochet in the first 3 and then an increase all the way around, and you're doing that pattern 6 times. So that means that at the end of your round, you will have 30 stitches in total. So go ahead and pause that video and I'll see you at the end of the round. Alright, so we made it to the end of our round here. Now, make sure that after every round you do count your stitches, because it is very easy to miscount or miss a stitch or something. You have no idea how many times I've done that, so just be warned. Let's go ahead and continue. So for this last stitch to seal the deal, we are going to do a slip stitch. But for this one, we're going to do a little bit different. Instead of going through the 2 loops here like we've been doing, what we're going to do is that we're going to go through the back loop only. So BLO on the pattern, that's what that means, back loop only. So this is the front loop right here. The back loop is right behind it, right there. And that's the one that we're gonna go into. So go ahead and create your slip stitch in that back loop only. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is that we're gonna continue working in the back loops only in every single stitch. So what we're going to do in every back loop is that we are going to create a single crochet. So do a single crochet in that same stitch first before you continue, because we gotta continue doing what we've been doing. Mark up that stitch, okay? Now go ahead and go into the next stitch. Again, only the back loop. So it's this back loop here. And you do a regular single crochet. Okay? So again, let me show you. So this is the full single crochet, right? When you have both loops on top of your hook. What we're going to do is that we're going to go to the back loop only. As you can see, the front loop is right underneath the hook because we're going through the back loop. And you do a single crochet. Just like that. And you're just going to continue all the way around. So that means that when you get back to the beginning, you should have a total of 30 single crochet in the back loop. Alright, so go ahead and pause that video and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so we're at the end of our round here, and what we're going to do is that we're going to seal the circle again, just like we have been. So make sure you don't go into that slip stitch. That's why you gotta mark up your first single crochet. We're gonna go through both loops this time though. So instead of doing just a back loop, we're gonna go through both loops, front and back, and we're going to create our slip stitch, just like we have been doing. Okay, now what we're going to do is that we're going to do a single crochet around again. We are now in round 7. Sorry if I haven't been doing the count. It's a single crochet in that same exact stitch. Don't forget, it's the same stitch. And then mark up that single crochet so that way you don't get confused when you come around. As you can see, the piece is going a little bit like this way, like upward. What we're going to do is that we're going to make sure that when we crochet, the piece is going downward. And that's because this part here is going to be the outside of the flower pot. So now go ahead and do a single crochet all the way around in both loops, not just the back loop. This is going to be regular now. So we're going through both loops this time. Okay, so that means that you need to do 30 single crochet around. Alright, so here we are. I just went around and I have my 30 single crochets. And now before we continue, I just wanted to bring to your attention that at this point, you should weave in this piece here that's in the middle, because if you continue to crochet, it would be difficult to weave it in just because we are building up our flower pot. So go ahead and weave in this end and then come back to the video and I will tell you what you will do for the next few rows. Okay, now that we have our end weaved in, we are going to continue with our rounds. Now let's go ahead and finish this round first. I'm going to create my slip stitch in that first single crochet of this round, just like that. And now what we're going to do is very easy. I'm just going to do a single crochet here first. We're doing round 8 now. And for round 8 all the way through round 13, what you're going to do is literally what you just did for round 7. You're just gonna do single crochets all the way around, and then you do your slip stitch in the first single crochet. Make sure that you count your single crochet after every round because you want to continue having 30 single crochet all the way around. Okay, so go ahead and continue creating your rounds and do single crochets round 8 through 13. Okay, so once you get to round 13 at the end, come back to the video, so pause it, and I will see you at the end of round 13. Okay, let's go. So I have gotten to the end of my round 13 here. So I have to do my final stitch here, which is the slip stitch into this first single crochet, just like you did for the rest of the rounds. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is that we are in round 14. In round 14, we are going to start off by doing a chain 1. So you yarn over and you pull in that loop. And then we're going to turn our work like this. So that chain 1 works up as a turning chain, not as a stitch. Now what we're going to do is that we are going to do single crochet around again, but we're going to do the back loop only again. So this is your front loop here. We have our front loop of the stitch, and our back loop is obviously the one behind it, and that's the one we're going to be working into. So put your hook into that back loop and you're going to yarn over and pull up that loop. You yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Go ahead and mark up that stitch there, which is going to be your first stitch of the round. Now go into the next stitch here. As you can see, let me go up closer so you can get a better look. So our next stitch is right here, right? As you can see, it has the 2 loops there. We have our front loop and our back loop, and the back loop is the one that we are working into. So you yarn over and do a single crochet. That's 2. Go into the next one, back loop only, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your 3rd single crochet. You're just going to keep going all the way around, and you're going to do 30 single crochet in the back loop only. So we are at the end of the round here. What we're going to do is that we're going to do a regular slip stitch into this first single crochet. That's why, again, it's good to mark up your first stitch so that way you don't get lost. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to continue working around these stitches. We're going to start in where that slip stitch you just made. We are in round 15 now. So single crochet around again. Let's start again in that same stitch where you did the slip stitch, the regular single crochet, and we're going through both loops here. So let's go again. We'll go into the next stitch here, both loops, and we're going to yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through. Next stitch, we do a single crochet through both loops. Okay, don't forget, we're working this into like a regular single crochet. And just keep going all the way around until you do 30 single crochets. And once you get to the end, you're going to do it again. So you do that slip stitch into that first single crochet, and then you go around doing single crochets again, 30 of them. So you're doing this round twice. Okay, so round 15 and 16, are the same exact thing. So go ahead and pause this video and do round 15 and 16. And when you finish up, come back and I'll see you at the end of round 16. I am at the end of my round here. As you can see, it is kind of going inward. I don't know if yours is doing the same thing, but do not worry if it is, because that is what it's supposed to do. And so we're going to finish off our round here by doing a slip stitch into that first single crochet that you made, and we are done here. We can go ahead and fasten off our piece, and again make sure it's 6 to 8 inches long, so that way you can weave it in at the end. And now let me show you what we're gonna do. We're literally just gonna fold this piece over like this, just the top part. It'll be easy just because it does fit in easily like a puzzle. And you got your cute little flower pot. Excellent! Yay! Isn't it super cute? And there you have it. Now you know how to create the flower pot for your flower coasters. If you do choose to just create one, let me show you how to put this into your flower pot. What you do is that you make the front part face you, and then you're gonna fold it in half like this. And then you fold it in half one more time. And then you can stuff it into your flower pot like that. And it creates a cute little potted flower tulips. It's so friggin' adorable. I love it. And if for any reason you do choose to create 4 coasters, what you're going to do is that you're going to grab your coasters, and the front part of your coaster is going to go on the inside of the flower pot. And you literally just stuff it into your flower pot, just like this. Each piece goes in the same exact way, and you just stuff it. And then when you get to your 4th coaster, what you're going to do is that you're going to do what I showed you for the first potted flower plant. I can't talk. You are going to fold it in half, and then fold it in half once again, and then you put it into the center. You can stuff it in there like you did the other ones, but it won't look as good because it will just have like a little circle in the middle, like a hollowed center. And there you have it. This is how it looks. It is very easy, very cute, very beginner friendly, and it is perfect for the Christmas holidays that are coming up. And also the best thing about this pattern is that it is perfect for other holidays, like for birthdays. You can do weddings, you can do even Mother's Day for next year. I know that it's kind of far away right now, but I promise you that is going to sneak up on you. You're gonna be like, oh snap, I need to do something for mom. And here is that pattern that you can use. Don't forget to grab your free pattern because it is not going to be free forever. It is in the description box down below. It does have the pattern of the flower coaster along with the flower pot, and is not going to be free forever, so make sure you grab it now, because if you're like me, you love free stuff. So go grab that free pattern now before you miss out. And there you have it. As always, thank you for coming by. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And if you did love this video, then you're going to love this video right there. So I will see you in that video, and if not, then that is completely fine. I will see you in the next one that I make. So, as always, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!